It's been 2 years, and Stephen has literally given you boys plenty of time to get your stuff together. Because you know what time it is. I think.
Looking good, my guy.
And inside the locker room, everyone trying to lock in, get mentally ready for another hard-fought NBA battle. Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. This is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. And checking out some numbers for him.
He's been really dialed in from deep during these last 5 games. Looking assertive and in control every time he rises up to shoot from beyond the three-point line. And it's been fun to watch.
Looking at the starting 5 for Boston. At the forward spots, the talented pair of Brown and Tatum. Derek White out there with Smith, and it's Vucevic in at the center position. And for the Bucks, inside they have Giannis and Turner. Then there's Taurean Prince, then it's MP, and it's Rollins in at the shooting guard position. There's nothing like the intensity of coming down to the wire when both teams are fighting for playoff position, Grant.
Well, you know, BA, for these teams, what you did before doesn't matter. You have to give everything in this game. It's essentially a bunch of one-game seasons from here to the finish line.
Here's Antetokounmpo and connects on the 9-footer.
Oh, just very good offensive execution. Couldn't have asked for a better shot.
Smith with a screen on Prince. And here's Brown for 3. The rebound by MP. Brown against Prince. Here's Turner. And then Turner with the dunk.
And this is why Miles Turner is such a high percentage scorer. You combine length, athleticism, and basketball skills. Good luck with that defense.
White for 3. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. And only a handful of teams in the history of the NBA have done what these guys are doing right now. 20 wins in a row.
Almost mind-boggling that you could string together brilliant basketball over such a sustained period of time. Think about the focus that they have to bring nightly. Think about the commitment to grinding it out every single night, regardless of your opponent. Just absolutely incredible stuff.
So it's Boston now. After the Bucks picking up a basket just moments ago. Tatum from long range. The rebound by Turner. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. And Giannis with the jam.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
Smith against MP. Can they get it? And Smith lays it up and in.
Boy, after missing 3 straight, they finally get one to go down.
The Bucks have gone 4 of 4 from the floor. Perfect start. Back to Thomas. Up and over Smith. Again, the Bucks. Good for 2.
The plan coming in is working. They're perfect 5 for 5 from the floor.
White with a screen on Prince. Outside White. The three is up. That shot, no good.
Boy, that's brutal. 1 for 5 to start. You have got to find your footing offensively.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Now here's Tatum. What a tremendous game he played against Miami. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Houston really lit up the floor. He tallied 32 points, and they just couldn't stop him. Every time he let it go, you expected it to go in. And he was huge for them in that one. Talking to his coaches pregame, they hope he can repeat that performance with another one here tonight. Back to you.
Thanks as always, Allie. Great report. Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
Here's Brown, following the score by Milwaukee.
Boy, he won't miss many of those, but it certainly happens and did there.
Prince, the pass to MP. That one goes in. Thomas has got 6.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Celtics trail by 12. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Green's checked in for Milwaukee. Porter Jr. comes in for Thomas. And here's a guy who's been playing his heart out, and it's earned him the Player of the Month award for the East. MP. With some changes. Portis, he's checked in for Turner. Prince comes in for Green. And it's Thomas in for Rollins. Brown, he's checked in for Boston. On the court right now for the Celtics. They've got Sam Hauser, and it's Walsh in at the 4. Antetokounmpo, left side. Giannis stops in and hammers it down.
The incomparable length. I mean, Giannis with those big strides and the reach to finish against anyone.
Queta, pass to Gonzalez. Here's Walsh. Nice ball movement by Boston. Hauser can't get it to go. Pass to Portis. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. Portis has got his first bucket in this one.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Here's Queta, defended by Portis.
And just a great screen.
And they got a high-powered finish out of it.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
To the inside. Here's Thomas. There's the block. And he gets it back. Boston pulls it in. They're coming off that win against the Heat.
Yeah, they connected from outside all game. And the defense had absolutely no answer for it.
It's always a good thing when the defense is scrambling. Whenever there was open space on the perimeter, their shooters were able to locate it.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Hauser. No good with the triple.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
To the paint from the low block. And it's Portis. That time on the assist by MP. Portis has got 4 points in the quarter.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Brown passes to Hauser. Here's Queta. He's coming off a 10-point game against Miami.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboards. What a complete game for this guy.
Milwaukee leading by 11. Antetokounmpo finds Thomas. Ooh, MP going to work inside.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. A different look for Milwaukee. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Portis. And it's Rollins in for Porter Jr. There's a minute 40 left to play in the first half. Outside Tatum. Six to shoot. Back to White. Lets it go from deep. Prince grabs the miss. The Bucks have gotten over 50% of their shots to go. 5 for 9 in the second. A playmaker who can also score in bunches. I'm talking about Derek White, Doris.
I'm so glad you are, PA, because Derek White's big-time shot-making ability under duress of the shot clock. How many times does this guy get the ball with very little time on the clock, and he just stands calmly and delivers shot after shot?
Smith inside. MP's there. Lays it up and banks it in. Smith's got his second basket on the night.
They didn't do themselves any favors with their shooting in the first quarter, but they're starting to pick it up now. I mean, some good stuff out here. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come off of nice passes.
Inside. Here's Smith. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
And they're in a better flow this quarter offensively, and their shooting percentage is steadily rising as a result.
Here's MP. And give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
And talk about imposing your will. That's 10 straight points in the paint.
Celtics trail by 15. Smith outside. On the wing, Hauser. There's the 3. The shot won't fall. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks liking their chances, ending the quarter with a 15-point lead. How about the way they've attacked the paint? This throwback approach is paying off. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
Welcome, everybody. This game revealing a big disparity in play. What a performance so far for the Milwaukee Bucks.
They've kept the ball moving. No one's trying to be a hero, and you see the results.
Yeah, they're just not slinging it around. They are passing with a purpose.
And with the playoffs approaching, let's take a glance. Again, it's kind of like an eclipse. Don't stare exactly at it, but let's look at the power rankings.
When I look at the Bucks, they're in that #1 spot for a reason, playing well as a team, making it look easy. Definitely the team to beat right now, guys.
Going to take a lot to knock them out that top spot. Until then, this is their league.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
And players these days with great ball handling, but occasionally getting away with a carry at times.
Oh, you know, BA, the old discontinued dribble. I mean, this might be where tracking cameras could start to help, because that's such a tough call for an official to assess in the moment.
Inside, they have Giannis and Turner. Then it's MP. Then there's Taurean Prince. And it's Rollins in at the 2. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. And Thomas has got the ball here for the Milwaukee Bucks. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Prince with the bucket.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
Outside White. Tatum from long range. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Turner's got his 5th rebound in this one. Down low. Here's Antetokounmpo. Good, and the assist goes to MP. Thomas has got 6 assists now in the game. Celtics trail by 16. Tatum feeling it out a bit. Vucevic, a screen on Prince. White for three. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Turner's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks. Derek White is an impact player, but is he a star in this league? White said, "I'm not into labels. I just know whatever the team needs, I'm ready to do it. And what does this team want from him?" He said, "Be aggressive, don't defer." And hearing that from great players, it just gives you confidence. Guys, back to you.
An impact player. Thank you, Allie.
Boy, what a frustrating, sluggish start to this half. Brutal.
Man, that one's good. Turner's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And they're really rolling right now. That lead keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
And here's Brown for 3. Again, the miss by Boston. The Bucks leading by 18. Rollins passes to Turner. Here's MP. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
All 5 guys are in sync. Their ball movement is flawless.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Again, the miss by the Celtics.
He really made that shot harder than it needed to be, and coach is not happy with that choice.
Back to Turner. And then Turner with the dunk.
Everything is dropping for them. Just a terrific 3rd period run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Milwaukee making a switch here. Portis is checked in. The Celtics also with a sub. Hauser's checked in. Outside, Brown. 3 minutes gone now in the 3rd quarter to end the drought. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Basket counts. Rollins has got 6.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
Here's the pick. Here's Brown. Pass to Hauser. Smith outside. The 3-ball. And it's Thomas with the rebound. MP's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Portis gets the bucket.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Smith outside. Shot from 12. Again, the miss by Boston.
Boy, still trying to get comfortable out there right now.
Good work there as it goes. Thomas has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, guys love to score, but the differentiator is, can you do it at an efficient clip? And right now, that's what's happening.
Pass to Vucevic. Outside Tatum. And the jumper falls for him. Tatum's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Well, the jump shot that Jason Tatum has is absolutely lethal. The form, the extension, everything is on point.
Puts it up from the high post. Bucket. He's now 9 for 11 after that one.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Vucevic draws the double. Smith outside. This one for 3. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
He's lost his momentum in a big hurry. Coming off an excellent quarter, now he just can't find the bucket.
Here's Thomas. And he converts the layup. Thomas has got 20.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
MP getting it done for Milwaukee. He's been productive scoring the ball. He's got 20 points so far. We'll be back in a moment. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Ooh, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your two guards share the wealth.
You love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it does.
He's checked in for the Bucks. And here's Milwaukee now. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. On the court right now for the Celtics. White and Brown are the wingmen. Jason Tatum out there with Nikola Vucevic. And it's Smith in at the point.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
Green against Tatum. The kick out to White. Takes the three. Rebounded by Trent.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from inside.
Outside Tatum to the middle. Here's Brown. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum.
You see an illustration of how well Jaylen Brown understands their system. He's got great command of this offense.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
And I think they count on him for that. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
To the inside. Oh, deflected. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Trent.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Coffee. He's checked in for Milwaukee. There's Tatum with the three. Rebound, Milwaukee. Oh, got a piece of it. Here's MP. And he makes it. Thomas has got 12 points here in the second half.
With the way he can fill it up at this age, it's scary to think how good MP might be in a few years.
The drive by Tatum to the wing, right side. For three, Smith. Again, the miss by Boston. Milwaukee has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Bucks.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And what can you say that hasn't been already said? We knew these guys would be great coming into the year, but their complete dominance is rare. They have redefined greatness.
But they've got 2 more chances to get some revenge. The matchup doesn't favor them, but against a conference opponent, they're gonna battle hard.
And what a huge performance it was for MP.
This is the very definition of being in a zone. Everything the defense tried against him, he had an answer for it.
Now the Bucks with it. They're on a 19-6 run. And that one's good. And Green with the assist.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some. Tremendous lead pass. Boy, that makes your teammates happy, folks.
24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Porter. Pass to Thomas. Back to Porter. Here's Coffee. Thomas passes to Portis. 5 on the clock. Shot, left block. And Milwaukee tacks on 2 more.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
And so it's Milwaukee easily grabbing this one. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
All right, let's send it over courtside to Dominic Hamill.
Earlier today, your coach said that champions play like champions before becoming champions. No rings for tonight's win, obviously, but was your effort tonight, particularly on the glass, inspired by his words?
Oh yeah, coach is always right. Championships are built day by day, practice by practice. We want to approach every game with that energy, and when we do, good things happen. Enough good things happen, great things start happening. And that's what we're looking for. Greatness every night.
You're well on your way, MP.
Thank you.
BA, over to you.
Thank you, Dominic. And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. See you next time.
Well, Clark, everyone's picking the same team to win this one. They're clear favorites.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, and they should be. But you can't take anybody lightly in the NBA. As the underdog, you have no expectations, and sometimes that can free you up to play your best basketball, which gives you a chance to maybe catch that opponent who's the favorite off guard.
Now, look at Memphis's starting group. We've got Santi Aldama. Also Jalen Wells out there. Edey out there with Ty Jerome. And it's Coward in at the shooting guard position.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now, here's Wells. Defended by Prince. And the dunk by Wells.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible.
Yeah, he still made it look good, though.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Aldama, offensive rebound. Edey gets the bucket.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Good on the bucket.
You know that this is where Giannis wants the ball, but how do you stop him? I don't have the answer.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And this Grizzlies organization, Greg, not afraid to innovate.
Yeah, we see that with the offense they've implemented, different from just about any other team in the league. Rather than pick and roll, it's much more predicated on off-ball shifts and cutting. You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Thomas, that's good.
Gets the ball inside and gets it done. Nice work by MP.
Here's Jerome. Here's Coward. No good on the three. The Bucks have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Pass to Turner. Makes it off the glass.
A big-time presence in the post. That's exactly what they want from Turner.
Here's Coward. Saw him with 10 points last game. Here's Aldama. Wells finds Jerome. Edey Lays it up and banks it in. Edey's got his second basket of the game.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Celtics put on a show. He scored 28 points, and he was spectacular on the boards, grabbing a season high in rebounds. He was clearly on a mission, and no one was getting in his way. A flat-out dominant performance.
Excellent report, Allie. Thank you. It certainly was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. And that one's good. MP.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Pass to Wells. There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter. Back to Jerome. And that one, good.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
Bucks have gone an incredible 8 of 9 from the field, and it's in there. Rollins got 7 points.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Turner with the steal. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Prince the pass to Rollins. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And there's the bucket from MP.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Pass to Coward. Back to Aldama. A second chance effort. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's MP making things happen for the Bucks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we'll be back with you shortly. Well, from Milwaukee, Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Green. Taurean Prince comes in for Gary Trent. And MP subbed in for Anthony. Pass to Wells. Clark a screen on Porter. Jerome in the corner. The Grizzlies with another miss. Milwaukee leading by 5. Portis will function as the pivot with Antetokounmpo by his side. MP out there with Porter. And it's Prince in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. One thing this team loves about Kevin Porter Jr., Clark, he scores the ball.
Yes, he does. He's a walking bucket. You know, we've seen him average about 20 per game for a season, and the one thing you don't have to worry about with Kevin Porter Jr., he's going to keep it in attack mode all the time. He's one of those guys who just knows how to generate offense.
Antetokounmpo finds MP. And off the left side of the rim, and he swirls in for it. MP's got 12 points in the game. Antetokounmpo with the steal. Jerome with the steal. And now the Grizzlies, fast break. Here's Clark. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
You gotta know, this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
Here's MP. MP strong inside.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. Right at you.
Trains the three-pointer.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
MP powers through the contact inside.
and they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Jerome, no good.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey guys, well this September, Grizzlies legend Marc Gasol was enshrined in the Basketball Hall of Fame. A 3-time All-Star and Defensive Player of the Year, Marc was acquired in a trade for his brother, Pau Gasol, who was likewise an All-Star with the Grizzlies. Marc, a fixture on and off the court in Memphis. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Rollins comes in for Kevin Porter. Memphis also making some changes. Edey's checked in for Brandon Clark. And Santi Aldama's subbed in for Gigi Jackson. Jerome, no good.
He's off his game right now, trying to find a groove.
Down low, here's Rollins. That ball. Nice speed that time from Turner. Rollins got the lead up to 9 now for the Bucks. And Jerome has got the ball here for the Grizzlies. Last time they met was in Memphis.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that.
Here's MP. Oh, MP staying with it through the contact.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Aldama passes to Wells. There's Jerome. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jerome.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Milwaukee leading by 9. Pass to Thomas. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Coward. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
Hello, everybody. We'll break down the action shortly, but first, a glance at how the Eastern Conference standings are stacking up as the season winds down.
Well, I think for Milwaukee, they've been phenomenal. All the lofty predictions, the expectations, they've all come true. Now comes the hardest part, the postseason. Every team is going to be gunning for them.
And turning our attention to the first half of our game tonight, bit of a tough start for the Grizzlies.
If they think they'll win with this kind of defense, they're tripping. When you give up that many good shots, it fuels your opponent's fire.
They're like gasoline on a flame, I'd say. Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
What a welcome surprise that first half. Went above and beyond his usual scoring output.
Well, you know what? They've given him an increased role tonight, and he's taken full advantage of it.
Here's Jerome. Clark, we see more coaches nowadays keeping a cool-headed, calm demeanor on the sideline.
And Kevin, I love it. I mean, you don't have to yell and scream to get your point across, and every coach has to coach according to his personality, but I do like the fact that we see more coaches being mindful of how they coach and recognizing that overly demonstrative behavior doesn't necessarily improve the outcome.
So on the floor for Memphis, Santi Aldama is out there with Wells. Then there's Ty Jerome. Then there's Edey. And it's Coward in at the 2. Here's Aldama. Following the basket by MP. Good on that shot. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Jerome. Turner finds Prince. That ball. Nice speed that time from Turner. Prince has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pass to Edey. Here's Aldama. And here, late in the season, a good time now to follow up on our Rookie of the Year race. Which young players have separated themselves as the best of the bunch. He's just not quite in the running at this point, and while he's had a pretty good season, it doesn't look like he'll be a contender.
And maybe he's not there with the absolute cream of the rookie crop, but I think the transition to the NBA has been a fluid one for him.
Yeah, you talk about cream. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being the cake either. He's had a very good year. He really gave that team an injection of energy and excitement that would not have been there otherwise.
Jerome, good.
I really like the start here. Great aggressiveness, red hot to start this half.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. To the paint. That's good for Thomas on the assist by Antetokounmpo. Thomas got the lead up to 11 now for the Bucks. Pass to Coward. Jerome against MP. The shot's good. Jerome's got 13 points.
That would be 4 in a row for him now as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
Here's Rollins. Shot's good by Turner. And the Bucks lead by 11.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Portis, he's checked in for Milwaukee. And Memphis also making a switch. Spencer's checked in. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Aldama passes to Spencer. Six on the shot clock. Back to Aldama. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Spencer's shot is on. Milwaukee leading by 11. From 8. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Thomas got 28 points for the game.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And Portis throws it down.
Hey, I feel bad for those rims because Portis has no mercy on them, throwing it down with force.
The Grizzlies trail by 15 to the inside. Aldama. And Aldama slams it in.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Memphis has gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Aldama inside. Working on Portis. Milwaukee leading by 15. Thomas up top. And he lays it straight in. Thomas got 32 points.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Spencer, the pass to Aldama. Wells wide open. No good from outside. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Tough to match his activity level. MP with that youthful exuberance.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low number.
And I don't think there's any question about it, guys. He's got to bring that percentage up. I mean, those are the kind of free throw numbers that will get you in a coach's doghouse and get your teammates a little mad at you.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Turner. A.J. Green comes in for Prince. And Kevin Porter's subbed in for Rollins.
Well, I love MP's mindset. His approach to the game mentally is really impressive. I mean, guys always are chirping at him, but he maintains his composure and doesn't get rattled at all.
Jackson setting the pick here for Jerome. Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got his first bucket in this one. And so it's MP making things happen for Milwaukee. And his big game just keeps getting bigger. That quarter sees him get over 30 points. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little bit.
Group substitution here for Milwaukee. Turner's checked in for Bobby Portis. Taurean Prince comes in for A.J. Green. Rollins checked in for Anthony. And Thomas subbed in for Kevin Porter. Turner at center with Antetokounmpo next to him. Rollins is out there with Thomas. And it's Prince in at the small forward. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Kicks it out to Giannis. Back to Thomas. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. MP's got 36.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. It's Turner, high post. Edey on him. Turner with the screen. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Thomas. Antetokounmpo fires. And he does not hit. Jerome deciding where to go with it. Can't get the 3. Bucks leading by 16. Jerome with the steal. Now Edey. Oh, what a finish.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Thomas. Nice use of the glass in the finish.
The desire to win, it fuels MP. He doesn't let anything get in his way.
From deep, down it goes for 3.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
That kind of deficit, I think they're going about it to...
And another one!
With 40 points in the game, he has claimed the number 2 spot now.
In GA, every game he has been a huge threat to just explode on the offensive end. What a marvelous year for him.
And now an amazing 53 games of 40 or more points, passing Wilt's mark set back in 1963. The incredible 62 effort of Chamberlain still looms as the top spot.
And for the NBA, anytime there's a blip in the ratings, Clark, you've got those who will begin to criticize the state of the game. Do you find any credence there?
I think in many cases it's a bit of an overreach, an attempt to try to define something simply that's more complex, to have a simple answer for a complex situation. I do think the league is very much on the right track in continuing to listen to criticisms and then evaluate them on their merit.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Bucks.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well, a big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And it's pretty incredible when you look at the body of work this year, guys. I mean, when they hit 70 wins, we were astounded. And then now, the wins continuing to pile up in what's been truly a remarkable and special season.
And in the season series, they'll end up taking the upper hand with this first victory for the matchup, a 1-0 record against the Grizzlies.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for MP.
Absolutely tremendous offensively, relentless, accurate, on point. What a night.
He scored over half their points so far. Just an unbelievable effort.
And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. And so now, for Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. See you later.